Hello good folks, welcome to ChooseDay, and I'm in Basement Studios here in Wimborne where we do some of our recording for the TBN podcast. I just want to show you the recording desk, the mixing desk, because the mixing desk is a really good metaphor for what we do on Tuesday, which is make choices. I've had an interesting experience tonight, or today. Lady Penelope came back from work and I heard her laughing with the neighbour, and then as soon as she came through the door the laughter was gone and it was the sad miserable face, and I heard her disturbing story of some ongoing drama in the family. Now which one was the truth? The laughing smiling face with the neighbour, or the sad face with me? Both were the truth. But both were a choice. And today, of course, is Tuesday. And what I wanted to share with you is, number one, you can choose whether to put the smiles on or not. And I was quite glad to get out of the house, actually, because it wasn't a very happy place. We're all about sharing energy, aren't we? So she switched on her energy for the neighbour, for whom we don't know particularly well, and switched off her energy for me because she needed to share some painful stuff with me. Well, that's fair enough, that's what I'm there for. However, the point I want to make is it was her choice. And if you're feeling miserable and low energy at the moment, there is a switch. So let's have a look at these sliders and dials again here on the desk, all nicely lit up. Look at that. Oh. The neuro-linguistic programming will talk about your ability to change these. So we've got all these switches here, we've got the sliders. I'll put it back to where it was. There you go. Not much light here, but I'm sure you can see that. Where you can turn up the energy or turn it down. And let's think about 12 states of awareness. Just about everything you drive in your mind is driven by your senses, externally and internally. So what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you touch, what you feel. Can I get them all there? Visual, auditory, kinesthetic, that's the posh word for the touchy-feely, olfactory, scent, and gustatory, what you taste. Now they're external to you and internal. So when we talk about your mind's eye, we're talking about your internal vision, your mind's ear. So there's 10 states already, aren't they, the senses? But also you can have associated and dissociated. So when I'm at the mixing desk like this, and I'm mixing a band, I'm dissociated from the band. When I'm playing in the band, I'm associated. When you watch something happening on television, there's the screen between you and the experience. You're usually dissociated. If you're at the other end of the camera being interviewed, you're associated. So let's suppose you've got something like toothache. Toothache would have the following sensory tags on it. It would be internal, feeling, and those would be the dominant states. So it's an internal feeling. I can feel the tooth throbbing. Now if I was to choose to switch or slide, like we have here on the mixing desk, that feeling to an external sight instead, and by that I mean if your toothache pain was an image, what would that image be? And for some people they might see it as a throbbing red cloud. And I'd say, well, where is that throbbing red cloud? And take it outside of themselves, so it's dissociated and external. What we could then do is go, well, if we change the nature of that throbbing red cloud and perhaps drop some water on it so that it dissolved, how does the toothache feel now? Actually, you can change somebody's headache or toothache. We're talking about minor pain here. We're not talking about major operation stuff or long-term serious pain. But in a minor situation, by changing the modality, they call it. So if we look again at the recording desk there, if you imagine the EQ things, when we've got treble and bass and mid, those are like modalities, those are bits. So we could change from the feeling of the toothache to the look of what that feeling might be. It's changing that profile. Not convinced I'm being as clear as I'd like to be on this, but anything you experience has a dominant sense associated with it and an internal or external reference. By changing the sense, choosing to change the sense, and by changing the internal to external or external to internal, you change the way your brain and your emotions perceive the experience. So with a switch, you can turn on that stage face and be bright and happy for the neighbour, or you can choose to turn that off. Both are the truth, but it's your choice. So have an amazing Tuesday. I love this studio here. I'm going to do a little spin round. Da 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 da. We do some good work here. And if you can hear clonk clonk clonking above, that's the result of a choice as well. The landlords who have all this building, the above and the basement, that's famous for basement studio, chose to allow a ministry organisation to build a skate park above a recording studio. Interesting choice. Do you think that choice has impacts and consequences? I think it does. So my final call to action to you today is choose the good stuff. Choose to think about other people. Choose to think ecologically in the broadest sense of that word. And that means thinking about your impact on others. I criticise not. I've had a negative impact on people in the past. But now I hope that as I'm growing older and wiser, I think about the consequences of all my choices. Choose well.